So, got up to the 11th floor of this really cool center in Arizona, downtown Phoenix, and was not expecting to be a really cool, large room. And it kind of makes you think that you're gonna be somewhere where a music video is. And from my understanding, there has been, according to Destiny. And so today we're doing a whole bunch of arts and crafts, gonna learn a lot about what our inner self and kind of the adult version of our inner child to kind of get more creativity out. So just looking at this beautiful view, it's gorgeous. But anyways, we had to come in and make a flower on our name tag. And so as you can hear, Destiny doing some announcements of what we're going to do. And stay tuned.
From Mosaic Picnic, they make little DIY craft kits. All of these you'll DM the business owner later to coordinate that, but the second one will be a free brow and lip sugaring and or $50 towards a service from Beauty and Body by Olivia. She does lashes, brows, sugaring, all this stuff in Tempe. And then the third prize will be spices from Artesian Personal Chefs, one of our new partners as well. So we'll get into that later. We'll dive into our workshop here, hand it over to Renee.
And now you're going to meet Renee, who is going to be our fun creativity
my name
coach.
Is Renee. That's all right, I can talk really loud if I need to later. You are in a creative play workshop, and we're going to do a lot of weird stuff today. So you have signed yourself up for a very different Sunday than you probably are used to, especially if you've ever done paint and sip nights or craft nights. This is not your paint and sip night. This is very different. So we're going to go over a little bit about who I am and what we do, but I don't really like to blah blah. I was a teacher for like 13 years, and I learned the hard way that kids get real bored when you blah blah at them all day. Yeah, and it's not fun. And now that you're in the seat, I don't want to do that to you. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to pretty much immediately get started with an activity. And I'm going to teach you how to do it, and then I'll talk a little bit about what I'm doing, what PlayRX is, why I'm here, and what the point is of play for adults in adult spaces. And then we're going to do a lot of what I call playscriptions, which are literally prescriptions for play that I have written for you, and you guys are going to get involved and you're going to read them out loud, and it's going to be fabulous. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to either just get our name tag, even if it's unfinished. Oh my god, it's not finished, what do I do? It's totally fine. If it's not finished, you're going to have to let that go, because that's the whole point of being here.
Fulfillment of all of our overall design and play gets so suppressed or lost in our task-dominated adulthoods. This is from Dr. Stuart Brown, psychologist.
Thank goodness me. Dr. Stuart Brown is not just a regular psychologist. He is the founder of the National Institute for Play. Basically labeled the lack of play in adult spaces as a national emergency. And the reason why it's a national emergency is because we are in some unprecedented times, and we've got a lot of we are under obviously a lot of
So this is the name tag that I started with that we had to put a flower
What
on.
do I still do that's very similar to that? I collect vintage clothes. I collect vintage and productivity to find the process being
While looking at your partner, you have to draw and not lift up your pencil. You can't even look at the paper, and this is what we all do.
because that's authentic. And we are practicing authenticity. Number 2, you might have 10 words pop up in your head and you can't figure out which one to pick. It's arbitrary, pick one at random and see how fast you can go at picking one random. Number 3, you might have an image that comes to mind and you don't know how to describe it with a word. Pick one thing about it that you can observe that's concrete, like you see a pickle and you can't think of what the word pickle is because your brain doesn't work that way, just scream green and it doesn't matter. Number 5, you might literally be in your critic head and you might be like, I am trying to figure out a word. What is the word? What is the word? What is the word? Again, confidently shout the word confusion or something that authentically responds
During
to that
this exercise, I learned a lot about myself personally. Like I was talking about my short video of expressing what I learned, and just thinking about it, you should try
You
it,
might
try
suck
one
at
of the
this.
classes and see what you
That's
get.
okay. I think it's crazy that our kids are trained to think that if you're bad at something, you're a bad person. That is part of the problem I'm trying to radically change. All right, you guys ready? You're going to shout it. All right, here we go. Rank.
Firm.
We're going to do
Hill. Forest. Dancing.
Chaos.
Crazy.
Terminal.
Airplane.
Teacher.
Fun.
Sunday.
Ice cream.
X-ray.
Doctor.
Spin.
Rug.
Upset.
Flag.
Lollygag.
Fun.
Smelly.
Clean.
Senior.
Old. I kept doing every single time. When your play scripter says go, get into a large circle as a group. You will then create a story about spring by shouting one word at a time, with each person only giving one word. You may say period to end a sentence at any time.
So, this is called One Word at a Time Story, and we're going to get in a huge circle over here in a second. I don't want to get anywhere near that. So, essentially, I'll be a part of the circle just because it's fun and I want to play, and I get sad when I can't play. And we're going to go around as many times. Remember, you can say period to end a sentence, so it's going to look like this. If I'm the word and I just happen to be what I feel like is the last word of the sentence, so I might say the word like began. And then I'm going to go period, because I actually, there we go. Nice. If I want it to end, I can control that on my own. Or let's say that I end up getting a sentence that I felt like was over already. So you said began, and it gets to me, I go period. I still get to say my word.
Oh, okay.
So period is always in conjunction with another word. You don't have to sacrifice your word to say the word period. It can go before or after the word you're already going to do. Okay. All right, you guys ready? Don't overthink it. Also, here's a tip. People that have a hard time with sort of being like, oh my god, I'm put on the spot, this is the verb part, oh no, I've been given the verb. Same rule applies like we were in here. If you can't think of something and the word like fiddle giblets comes out of your mouth and you're like, I'm sorry guys, I didn't know what to do. Now we have to deal with that chaos, and that is literally part of the training. And so you can just literally end the sentence in utter gibberish and it doesn't matter, because someone's going to say period and we're going to start a new sentence again. And if you say flipper giblets, you might go, yeah, I'm not dealing with that, you just go period. There it is. That's part of the fun. All right, you guys ready? I'm going to do enough blathering. Once. Again. She did
Not like flowers.
but he loved flowers.
Decided to fly the. Can I say that?
Yeah, you say it.
By
the
flowers. Period. She once
flew
a into
The moon.
and then
she saw
stars and the sun. Oh, sun. Period. Afterward, they
yeah,
took a house, a house,
and told
it
to
calm down.
Period. They decided
to
Fly.
because she
Hates the car. Very much. So hospitable. Comfy. Period.
Man, I was really hoping to say flipper giblets. When
They lost the
beach ball.
beach.
Beach.
yeah, beach ball hyphenated. Yeah, take it.
Dog.
Beach ball dog.
Ran.
Beach ball dog.
Swiftly.
Oh.
Scary.
It got scary.
Went careening.
Ooh. What does that mean?
When she went to gather her dog. Ate.
It ate.
The dog ate. Dog ate poop.
Yeah! All right, let's do the last sentence.
Period. Dog.
Do you notice a theme that came from somewhere else earlier today?
Flowers.
Well, flowers for sure. Yeah, I forced you to do spring, so that makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense. But did anyone notice when I was telling you about this game? Do you remember what I said about the star
Yeah.
and meandering towards it? But if we fly towards space, that's okay. And then
Yeah.
what did we end up
We
pulling in?
went to space.
This happens all the time, and it's so fascinating because what we do is our brain, which is like freaking out on autopilot, it's like because it's not used to it, it's grabbing for anything that's close by. And so what it'll do is, without you even knowing it, it has subliminally taken in a lot of information from the past, whether it's something that you're looking at, something that you recently heard, and it will snatch it and pull it up and use it. When you get better at all of these skills, the coolest thing in the world happens. Instead of snatching stuff that's just nearby, which is obviously amazing and really cool, it will start snatching stuff from deep down within you, and that's where the really juicy stuff starts to happen, and that's when you start to access your authenticity. Okay, we're gonna, actually, I'm gonna make you stay here, and I'm gonna pull the play description from where we already are.
Oh.
Beautiful. All right. Now organize. Oh, is this double-sided?
It is.
Oh.
Now organize into groups of 4. Keep a feather in the air as long as possible using only your breath. No hands or body parts allowed. If your group's feather touches a body part or the ground, you must all simultaneously yell, "I'm a naughty baby." And you must all sit down. Your time starts when your play scripter starts the music.
Okay, so you are 3, 2, music.
This was one of our favorites, but we felt like we were a dinosaur trying to get a leaf, but it's just us blowing a feather up in the air. You can't fully hear it, but when we drop the feather, we have to call and yell out "naughty baby," which is so funny.
First thought, best thought. Draw any doodle that is related to spring on your paper. Your time starts now. You have until the music stops.
Clockwise. Now you must add another doodle that is somehow connected or interacting with the doodle previously.
So this one was very meaningful to me towards the end, which we'll see. But everything that you draw is just whatever comes to mind,
drew an
and
elephant,
then you just keep on
you
going
pass
and
it
passing it
clockwise,
over.
and you pick the elephant, you might take the elephant and begin.
That was funny.
Alright, switch. And if somebody didn't finish something, finish it for them.
Oh my goodness.
Let go of the need to be done.
It is.
You can trust the Stop and switch. And go.
And it didn't take forever to find it. I was all on my own, almost glad to be alone until love came in on time. Oh, on time. Loving is easy. You have me fucked up. It used to be so hard to see.
So after this, I'm about to get my paper back to see what is finished and what my group put on there. And it's very meaningful because when you look at the paper, it speaks to me on a personal level. So I lost my dog in December, and then his birthday is this month in March on the 27th. And so I was already missing him, and it's just interesting how it was a March theme with like a leprechaun and the holiday with a dog that was an angel. So it really spoke to me spiritually.
Create a quilt square that represents your unique view of spring. Use any materials you like. When finished, connect your quilt square to another person's square. If possible, connect any element between squares, similar to the last game. You have 20 minutes.
Fine. But if you can connect with maybe somebody that you're working with at your table, you can start to create elements that move together, kind of like what we did before, but maybe a little prettier, right? Because the theme is different. That can be really, really cool for the final product. Eventually we'll have a whole quilt together, and what I'd love to do is I'd love to kind of like maybe go outside over the stairs and like drop it so that we can see the whole thing and take a picture of it.
When
really nice.
I went to go collect things, I don't know, I was thinking about our Mexico trip coming up in November for the Girl-tivities. I started putting ocean and a wall and some other things, and then I wanted to do some flowers, which is cool, and I was curious about what everybody else was doing. We kind of had a flower thing going on, which we were curious what else was going to happen when the whole entire
So crazy, guys.
community of us is going to have when we put it all together.
Oh, go for it. Sign our art. Guess we'll just put it somewhere on the floor.
Side, it like goes best with, and if it can like flow or like connect in any particular way.
The flowers flow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool! Yeah, see, perfect. Yep. That's what I'm talking about.
When Destiny brought her tables, we realized we definitely had a flower theme going, and we had other stuff coming down to us, which you'll see slowly as it comes together. It was very spiritual in that room. We had a good connection. We didn't even look at anybody else's stuff. We can't look at the other tables, and it was just really nice to see us all coming together spiritually and not even knowing it. So now you can see what we put in all together as a big community. It was almost as if we were doing our own vision boards as a group.
So I could never tell you where it goes. But it's true. Find it too. That's the one. Oh, the impression.
Well, thank you guys for staying with me on this video. Stay tuned for some photos. I'll put on a short reel, and I appreciate it. Look out for my next video for our next Girls-Tivity event. Bye.